Today, we are going to share with you everything we're going to eat in one day following Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen.
Dr. Greger, who we recently met on a cruise, and if you stick around to the end, we have a funny story about Dr. Greger and us.
Yeah, super funny. So make sure you stick around till the end because you won't want to miss what happened. Good morning, everybody.
Well, maybe not morning.
How so?
Well, it could be watching at midnight.
Oh, goodness. It's our morning.
It's morning here. Morning.
And we are excited to share with you the part 2 to the video we did the other day on our meal prep video on how we're going to get Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen into our bodies today.
And what we eat in a day.
In my portions versus Paul's portions. So the first thing we do every single morning is we start off with hot water, lemon and lime. It's so important to hydrate your body first thing in the morning and to get your organs full of water. So you want to make sure you have water first thing. Do you want to cut some lemons and lime?
Sure.
I'll turn on the kettle.
I sharpened this yesterday.
Did you?
Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it go.
That simple, that easy. I take half a lemon, half a lime. Pour my hot water in.
I like a big squeeze of each.
And now our morning routine is I'm going to go do some emails, get a little bit of work done, maybe reply to some comments that are on videos.
Yep.
And we're going to do a comment video down the road to discuss some of these funny comments that we're having. If you're not reading the comments, you should read them because they're hilarious. But anywho, so we're going to leave you for a bit, go do our morning routine, and then we'll bring you back when we eat breakfast. All right, it's been a couple hours. We've got lots of emails done and comments done, and I'm hungry. Yes, so
breakfast time.
We're so excited that we have our meal prep done because this makes our super busy day today super easy for what we need to do. So we're gonna go to the fridge, grab our savory oats. Okay, so I have 1 cup of this. And this is going to count as some veggies, some protein, and my whole grain.
Yep.
And when I have 1 cup, I'm not having 1 cup of oatmeal. I'm having probably half a cup of oatmeal and the rest is all veggies.
And spices.
And my spices. Okay. So what I like to do is buy Costco's organic strawberries or their organic berry mixture.
Frozen.
Yeah, the frozen kind.
Yep.
And the organic one, I saved this last night before I put this in the fridge to thaw. But yes, I take 1, they come in 5 little bags, so I take 1 little bag. And I put it in a dish with like a teaspoon of maple syrup.
Crinkly, sorry.
I meant for you to just chuck it so we didn't have any noise. So yes, just they thaw beautifully. And then there's our berries because you can use frozen or fresh berries and chilled. Okay, so then you're supposed to have a half cup of berries, frozen or fresh.
Yep.
So I take about a 1/4 cup there, and then I always top it with whatever fresh berries we have in the fridge because I like the crunch. So I'm gonna put 1/8 of a cup of blueberries in each one. Then I'm also going to take banana. Paul and I share banana every morning.
Dr. Greger recommends that every day you get a tablespoon of flax on the Daily Dozen, so we add it to our berries in the morning.
Okay, so there's our beautiful breakfast, and we need one more thing. What are you pointing at?
I'm pointing
Oh, you're
at
doing
this.
that? Okay.
On my oats, I put a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric every day, as we need.
Yeah. And then one more thing, we need to fill our bottles of water. Every day I drink 2 liters of water, and so does Paul. As you can see last night, that's what I missed, but it's okay because I ate lots of fruits and vegetables which have lots of water in them.
I'm also gonna add some black pepper on top of my turmeric to activate the curcumin in the turmeric, which is a good anti-cancer fighting agent and good for inflammation.
Okay, so this is my absolute favorite breakfast to have in the whole wide world. And yeah, so we're gonna go sit and eat breakfast and we'll show you what's next. Breakfast was delish.
Do it over again. Clear your mouth first.
Good?
Did you get it all?
I think so. Breakfast was delicious. It's my favorite thing to eat, and we're going to leave a description. No, we're not. We're going to leave a link in the description to our savory oat recipe so you can enjoy it as well. But now it's coffee time for me, and I used to get up, well, we used to get up every morning and have coffee first thing.
Right, it was kind of 3 for me before you could speak to me.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then with lots of research done, and it showed that coffee aids in cortisol level hormone, and I had super high cortisol. So I got off coffee in the morning. I have my lemon and lime hot water, and then I don't eat coffee until I eat my first meal of the day.
Don't drink coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee. So it's coffee time for me. And I always put it in my travel thermos because I sip on it now. I used to drink 5, 6, 7, 8 cups of coffee a day. Now I have 2 because this lasts me a few hours, and then I'll have one in the afternoon for a few hours. So coffee time.
Coffee time.
Okay, so breakfast was amazing. Let's go over to the chart to show you what we ate towards our daily dozen for breakfast so far. So the first one is beans, and it's a 1/4 cup of hummus, or any bean hummus, and a 1/2 cup of beans. So we did have some peas and edamame in the savory oats, but not a full 1/2 cup's worth. So I'm going to give a little check mark, because that means a 1/2 portion size, and a little check mark for me. And then our whole grains is a 1/2 cup cooked rice, oats, any whole grains. And we most certainly had that. So Paul, you had 2.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to put 2 big check marks. And I only had, I had 1 serving. So there's a big check mark for me because I had my full serving. For berries, it's a 1/2 cup fresh or frozen. So we had a 1/4 cup of the frozen and a 1/4 cup of the fresh berries.
Yep.
So we most certainly each got our serving of berries.
Easy.
For greens, there was a little bit of spinach in the oats, so I'm really not going to count that. Any extra is perfect.
Yep.
I'm not going to count any vegetables. And then for nuts and seeds, we're not going to count any of that just yet. But we each had our tablespoon of flax. So that's going to get 1 big check mark for each of those. And it says minimum serving of spice. We had several spices so far.
Right. And I definitely have my turmeric.
So I'm just going to put little check marks right there for that. And for water, it says 5 12-ounce glasses of water. I've already had 3 8-ounce glasses of hot water and lemon. And so did Paul. So I'm just going to put a big check right there for now. And once we start drinking our water, we'll check that off some more. So now we're headed off to the pool. We're going to go for a swim. We're going to go do our yoga.
Get in the sauna.
Get in the sauna. And then we're going to come back because I have 2 weight loss clients that I have to meet with this afternoon. So we'll get that done, showered, come back for lunch, go do my meetings, and then come back for supper. So thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.
Coffee.
Okay, everybody, it's lunchtime. We had a fantastic morning after breakfast. It's been 4 hours.
We hit the pool.
We hit the hot tub.
Sauna.
And we did some yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we took a shower.
We're clean.
Yes. So we're going to show you what we're going to eat for lunch with all of the beautiful meal prep that we have in the fridge.
Yep.
So my serving size is a bit different than Paul's. So I'm going to start off with my whole grain, which is buckwheat, and I'm going to have a 1/4 cup. How much do you want?
Oh, what do I need?
You're eating a potato too. You know what you need.
I need a bunch.
I know, but how much do you want?
That's lots. Oh, a little more. There we go.
And then we're also going to have our beautiful roasted vegetables, which have cruciferous vegetables with the cabbage and the cauliflower and the Brussels. So I'm going to dig in at least that much. That's about a cup's worth of cruciferous vegetables in there. Just one more Brussels. Okay, and then we're also going to put a little bit of the spiced chickpeas that Paul cooked up yesterday. And I'm also getting some protein from the hummus. So I just like to have a little bit because this will be too much for me. I get so full off this beautiful food.
So with that and the hummus, that's another serving of beans. I'm gonna also have 1/2 a purple sweet potato in my meal for more vegetables. Tuck it in, heat it up, eat it up.
Okay, so now that our leftovers, our meal prep is heated up, we're gonna do the finishing touches. This is the lemon tahini garlic sauce that is to die for. Oh, and in the tahini dressing is sesame seeds.
Right.
And then we're gonna have some pecans, so that counts as our nuts and seeds.
Nuts and seeds,
right?
yep.
As some of it, yeah, for sure. So I'm going to have 4, and I like to break mine up in little pieces so I can have a bite,
So sticky.
piece with each bite. So then one more thing is I like to put a big dollop of hummus on my potato.
Well,
Like that.
yeah, good source of fat, good source of protein.
And then I'm gonna put a few green onions. And then Dr. Greiger does not promote oil. However, in our household, we like to have a little bit of oil every day.
Not any oil.
Just olive oil. Extra virgin, first, cold pressed.
One origin olive oil.
Exactly.
Spend money on it.
And I'm just going to put a drizzle on my potato. I like to get a teaspoon of oil into my body every day. Lunch is ready. All we need to do is set it aside and cut up our fruit for our dessert.
Green grapefruit, got it at Costco.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite things to eat every day. And the way I like grapefruit, because if you eat the peelings and the skin, it's really bitter for me. So I like to just cut both ends off, and then I cut it in half again. And then like this. And then I can peel off each individual skin.
Segment. I don't even know the combo with the chickpeas and the pecans.
It tastes like something you'd order at a restaurant that you want it to taste really good, and it was really good. Delicious.
It does
Sometimes
taste
you
good.
order something at a restaurant and you're like, oh, it looks really good. It wasn't very good. So delicious, nutritious, tons of veg, whole grains. Delicious.
Daily dozen.
All right, lunch was beautiful.
Stuffed.
I'm so stuffed too. And after we shut the cameras off to sit down and have lunch, I forgot to tell you is that we shared one of these bulbs of garlic and squeezed it over our meal, and it's just amazing. You'll want to do that. So let's check off what we ate for lunch. We each had a serving of beans between the hummus and the chickpeas.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yep.
There we go. So I'm at 1.5 and
Whole
Paul's
grains.
at 1.5.
Whole grains, done.
Whole grains. Paul had his other serving, and I had half a serving because I only had a 1/4 cup of buckwheat. Fruits, we each had a serving because we each had a grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
And then berries are done. We're not going to count any greens just yet. We're going to save that for later. And then we did have some vegetables. I definitely had a serving of vegetable, and so did Paul, and we each had a serving of cruciferous.
For sure.
And then nuts and seeds, yeah, absolutely. We had a serving of that, and Paul as well, because we had our pecans and our tahini dressing. And
A
then
big serving of exercise.
we did this morning after breakfast, 100%. And, oh, hold on.
Hold on. Oh, what?
More than halfway down my water. So we're almost done. I like getting my water in no later than 8 o'clock so then I'm not up peeing all night. So we're good. It's going great. Stay tuned for a late night snack and supper. Okay, so super busy, fun day today. It's our late afternoon snack. It's about 5:39, and we don't eat supper till around 8 o'clock, the latest, because we go to bed at midnight. So we're gonna have a little snack to do us over until we have supper.
Easy, quick hummus plate with some vegetables.
Yeah, he's gonna make the hummus plate. I'm gonna chop up some veggies, and this will hold us over for a couple hours until it's time to eat supper. And we get our veg in and our beans.
Some more beans, yep.
So why don't you tell them what you do on our hummus plate?
Sure. So we like to dress our hummus plate up with some spices and some seeds and some, I guess pine nuts. Are they nuts or seeds?
Yeah.
Nuts?
Yeah.
Pine nuts.
Pine nuts.
So I like to start with just a drip of olive oil, not too much, only because it's really good. And we don't put any oil in our hummus when we make it. And then just a little bit of sumac, which tastes really good. You can use regular or smoked paprika. We like regular. Cumin seeds, which is also a whole seed, but it's also a spice. I think this is my favorite part of the hummus.
Yeah, I
Cumin
can't wait to
seeds.
eat it.
Some pine nuts. and some pepitas or pumpkin seeds.
Okay, so that's simple and easy. I'm probably going to have 4 or 5 cucumbers dipped in the hummus and probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 mushrooms. And then that way there,
Then I'll eat the rest.
I get a little veggie. He eats most of this hummus plate. I'm really not even that hungry, but I don't want to get hungry in an hour, so I'm going to have a little bite, finish up some water, and then we'll come back for supper time.
So serving of beans,
Oh yeah, let's mark it down.
right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have another half serving of beans, so then that gives me 2 servings of beans, and Paul's going to eat the rest. That's going to give him another serving. And then I'm going to have a serving of vegetables, and so is Paul. And then a little bit
More spices, yep.
Yeah, more spices. And where's our nuts and seeds? 1/4 cup. Oh yeah, we haven't had that yet either. So that takes care of that. So all that's left is
bunch of
our greens. Paul, you need another fruit.
I'll put some fruit on my salad.
Yep, so we need some greens, which is going in our salad. We have some vegetables that are going in our salad as well. And we're golden. That easy. So we'll come back for supper. We're gonna have a snack right
Snack time.
And a funny story coming up.
Right.
All right, here we are for the finale. It's supper time. And what we like to do is have something light for supper, not heavy on carbs.
Right.
Or,
Easily digestible because
Yes.
as you sleep, your body digests,
Yes.
your body heals itself, so it's not busy digesting food.
Yes.
You can heal yourself.
And we like to eat at least 3 or 4 hours before we go to bed. So we usually have a soup or a salad, a veggie soup or a nice veggie salad. And we have our vegetables left to get in. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna make our G-Bomb salad.
Yep.
We'll link it in the description for you to watch. And it's beautiful with our homemade tahini beet dressing. It's so delicious. So we're gonna chop up some veggies. We're gonna make our salad and then we're gonna tell you a little funny story.
I'm also going to throw an apple in my salad to get another piece of fruit in. Then afterwards, I'll probably have a cup of grapes.
I'm done with my fruit.
You're
no
done.
more sugar for me today.
Okay.
All right, so we had a huge handful of spinach, and I know for sure that that's 2 servings of greens. And then with the tomatoes and the mushrooms and the cucumber, that's another serving of veg. So we went over our veg, which is great because vegetables and fruit are fiber, and our microgut biome needs fiber for us to be healthy, to lower the inflammation, to have a better autoimmune disease, or to have a better immune system.
So fiber's good for your gut biome, your gut microbiome.
Yeah,
Right?
that's what I said, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got what I said.
Yeah, close enough.
Perfect. We completed Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen
Easily.
easily. So that's how easy it can be done. We hope you enjoyed this video.
We hope you enjoyed this video.
Let's tell the funny story to the other camera. I do want to say that Dr. Greger recommends all of this beautiful stuff that we have in the fridge to eat every day.
Yep.
He doesn't recommend oil. We had miso and coconut milk in our overnight oats.
Yeah.
He's saying, miso's really high in sodium, which it is, but we don't eat any ultra-processed foods or any processed foods or any breads or crackers
No,
that have salt
we
in
really
it.
use a lot of salt,
So we need salt in our body. You
Yep.
need a minimum amount of salt. So we take what we learn online and we do it the way we want to do it. Some people are no oil, and those people are smart enough to watch our video and they might love this meal prep, but they'll just cook it with no oil. They know what to do with that. So we hope you enjoyed. Now let's get to that funny story. So, funny story.
We met Dr. Greger on the cruise.
We went on a holistic holiday at sea, vegan, whole food, plant-based cruise.
Amazing. All kinds of great people there, all kinds of great speakers.
We have a video coming up. We're going to share it with you next
We
week.
met some wonderful people. One of them was Dr. Greger, and he was doing a book signing for us. She was getting the book signed and talking with him, and we asked him to say, "Hey everybody, eat your daily dozen," so we could get it on this video.
Yep.
However, if anybody noticed, I just got my new glasses. I didn't have my glasses on the cruise.
Sunglasses the whole
I only
time.
had sunglasses and contacts. Contacts were bugging me. So as I videotaped the whole thing, it was in slow-mo.
We didn't realize it until after we got back to the room and played it back, and it was all in slow-mo. So all you can see is Dr. Greiger say, "Eat your daily dose."
Without hearing him.
Yeah.
And as Kennedy said in our Panama video, we suck at vlogging. We said we'd try and do our best. We did our best. We're getting better. However, we'll show you a clip of that right here, somewhere.
No, the clip's been playing the whole time we've been talking.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, we're showing you a clip right now.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still with us, hope that you get to see my serving sizes for weight loss, Paul's serving sizes for maintenance.
Yep.
And if any of our new viewers are watching, there's a meal prep video that we did before this video that you can watch, as well as my weight loss video to show you how much weight I've lost and that you can too if you need to lose weight. Super amazing way to do it on a whole food plant-based diet.
We got lots of tips and tricks to show you how. If you have any questions, leave a comment. We'd be happy to answer them. If you need any help, we're here.